Hey everyone, after quite a few conversations about Huey Fab and the podcast and hanging out with people at the show and talking to people who have YouTube channels, I thought I'd give this a shot. So what better way to start an intro video to a new channel than where are the corporate headquarters for Huey Fab? And they are here in Kingsport, Tennessee. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to walk you around the shop that's at my house, which is where this kind of started. And then in subsequent videos, I'll show you the other shop. It's on Brandon Osborne's property. And that's where the lift is and the full builds are going. This over here is pretty much limited to chassis work and some exhaust work. So got to move some trucks around today. What we've got right now is I've got a frame for a 72. That I just finished a Crown Vic swap and his small C notch. I've got a King Ranch seat install that I just wrapped up. Got to get those shuffled out. I got to get Frank back in here, but I got to get this 73 chassis in here. So going to be doing a little musical trucks and frames today. Keep you posted. Cool thing about time lapses is what it takes for 30 seconds of content on a YouTube video is about 30 minutes of me sweating to death and with the help of the wife getting some things accomplished. So here's what we've got. This is a 73 frame that's going into a 77 truck. Guy dropped it off yesterday. We're going to do Crown Vic front. He's already got some components from Kyle at Outcast and Andrew's coilovers. So he's got Andrew's coilovers in it. He's already gone in and put new control arms, new ball joints in the bottom, sway bar link. Looks like he's already etched the aluminum cross member, cleaned it up pretty good. So this front end is going into this 73, and it's a 73 frame. It's going into a 77 truck. So I'm gonna try to get this turned around in a couple of weeks for him. Again, I work down here evenings and on the weekends, really mostly evenings, because we've got the 69 black on black Johnny Cash build that is at Brandon's shop, and I've got to introduce Brandon to everybody. But we've got that build, and then we've got a crew cab with a really awesome power plant going into it that we spend Saturdays and Sunday evenings working on. So through the week is really where I do some of the front end swaps just here at my shop at the house. So again, using a lot of customers bring me these box kits. They work, they're fine. I'll probably go in and cut out a lot of this porosity, re-weld that, get a nice full pin weld on it, clean it up. But going with the trailing arm mounts from Kyle at Outcast on this one. We'll get this one turned around, like I said, a couple of weeks. Then I got another guy doing a Crown Vic front and the small C notch. So when I say small C notch, this is the Huey Fab monster notch, and this chassis is the new chassis for Frank that will be either 4-linked or 3-linked with a torque arm. Can't decide yet. It's got a couple of neat things. I've made a couple of these cross member notches and shipped them out to people. Huey Fab adjustable trans cross member. That's future stuff. Got a frame Z up front. So got to get that chassis finished up, but trying to take care of other people first before we get Frank with the 5.4 new chassis, coilover rear end going. So here is the 72. My buddy Armando in Knoxville is putting this under his blue 72. He was with us at Grand Nats. He was the most stock truck there with Huey Fab, but this is the chassis that's going in that. Again, got that box kit. It works. Not my favorite way of doing it, but it's it's pretty straightforward. It's effective, and you know, it's pretty clean once you throw some primer on it and stuff. Not that I'm the world's best welder, but you know, I like to stiffen up the frame with that 2-inch OD Schedule 40 pipe up front. So he's coming to get that tomorrow. This is the small notch 4-inch pipe, and I box it in on the inside. Partially, it's partially boxed in. It's obviously not boxed all the way to here, but the reason is you can go with the lower U-bolt bracket from a 96-01 Explorer. It's got the tab for a shock. You can utilize the stock mounting point. So I try not to get into this too much, and then you got to start figuring out where you're going to put shocks and all that. So this is getting picked up tomorrow. It's an axle flip as well. And then in addition to that, this is the King Ranch seat I did an install on in a 69. This is a full Crown Vic swap. I did not do this swap, but the truck has fantastic patina. It's a 69 Ranger. The seat, the stock seat was not terrible. It had been recovered, but you know, typical Ford truck stuff. But he picked up a 2016 King Ranch F250 rear seat. So really cool color. You don't see this color King Ranch a lot. A lot of times you see the saddle leather, but got the cup holders in it. And one thing I like about these seats is since it's a back seat, well, that's not gonna work. Hold on, guys. It folds down so you can get to the back. The bottom folds up, so got some access in there. We're gonna go back and put some gauges in it at some point, clean up some of the fab work for the full frame swap. You know, the bed's not perfectly square, so gonna do some things. Gonna swap in a 98 to 02 rear on this down the road. He's on the books, but he's kind of, when I have time, he'll get it to me kind of deal. 98 to 02 rear will bolt into the 03 through 11 frames, and it's 5 inches narrower, 2.5 inches narrower on each side. That's what's in the rear Frank. You can still run some Mustang wheels, get a little lip, case in point, 18 by 11 there. So to make sure we've got plenty of content in this first video, I've had a couple of questions about the shifter placement on this 5-speed swap with a mod motor. So first things first, there's a debate on which hole you go with when you set these front ends. Frank is on the front hole, meaning when you take out all the I-beams, there's 2 holes that remain in the frame. This front end is set on the front hole. If you go to between those 2 holes, it centers the wheel in the wheel well from here to here. However, this is running off the front hole. It's centered between those 2 upper arches. So that's where I went. And by doing so, we have this kind of placement for the shifter. So this is in second at the moment, plenty of room there. Really good shifter placement from the driver's perspective. The truck is currently running, this is stock bump side clutch brake setup. Caveat being they're shortened 1.5 inches, and bevel cut it, did a full CJ pin weld, ground everything down. The integrity of it is just as strong as it was stock. Also, the clutch is running a Silver Sport Transmissions Firewall Master Kit that was developed on Project F Word with Ivan Corda. And this, it's a full kit. The only upgrade is this billet reservoir, but it's a master cylinder with a template that is made to utilize the stock F100 pedal set. It's hydraulic. At the time, Silver Sport has not developed the slave cylinder setup that you need for a 99 to 04 trans. You can spend some money and go with the hydraulic upgrades that they have for the new Edge cars. But I went to Modern Driveline and Performance. They have a slave cylinder kit, and all I needed was one AN to pipe thread adapter to get that cable to work with that master. Works really well. Got a lot of pedal movement, a lot of adjustability in it. So the shifter in that truck, by the way, is from Bowler Transmissions, and it's got a slotted bottom hole in it. Gives you opportunity to really change that shifter pitch. So wanted to get that in there because that is a question I've been getting recently since the 5-speed swap. So just so everyone knows, this shop, this 1,000 square foot shop, is where Frank was built. And you know, if you're out there and you're working, you're tinkering, you're building projects, and you think, man, if I just had a better tool, if I just had more space, I could get this done. You're not wrong, but it can be done in small spaces. I actually built Frank the first time before the frame Z, before the mod motor, in a 500 square foot shop, and that was a chore. So anything's possible. But want to get some content out there, want to get this YouTube channel going. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. Love the social media interaction I'm getting right now. Want to capitalize on that, get the brand out there. Anything I can do to grow the brand and grow what I can do for you or for anybody, reach out to me. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's see if we can get this thing growing, and we'll have some more videos coming soon. See you guys.